Shiver.
I know.
He used to be in the. A lot of these people used to be in the Nully team. FYI.
Yeah, most of the
okay.
players in Nully who weren't from Frigates were from Shiva, so
Right. Okay.
NC Dot should be a lot better this year if that's
Definitely.
the case.
I know that Bope joined from PL, didn't they? And I know they've got a couple of. I know certainly their CEO is really keen on tournaments.
This year is looking up to be fucking mad.
Imagine if NC Dot. Imagine like an NC Dot PL final. Wow, that would be pretty. Imagine the Reddit shit posting.
God, the best.
would that break a long-standing friendship? Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
No.
And don't have to worry about it. NC Dot won't make it that far.
Maybe they. I don't know. Maybe they won't. Maybe they will. Like imagine the.
Sacrilegious.
Imagine the accusations of collusion event. It was an NC.PL final. Oh, amazing. Oh, you can't write the drama. Okay, so let's look at what's on grid and stop waffling about gossip. So COF are back and they're going to be fighting Brave. Mawderator, do you want to go through the setups while I catch my breath?
Yeah, sure. So Brave is bringing a bomber variant of the dual Typhoon Fleet issue core that we've seen so much in the last year and now this year. And in response to COF, the Brave offshoot is now going to be bringing a Balgorn Sacrilege comp with some assorted tech destroyers.
So is this Brave against Brave?
Yeah, it's X-Brave
Sorry to
against
interrupt you
Brave.
there.
Brave. Okay.
I think they're quite interesting setups. Like one, obviously a bit more old school, something that has been tested a lot, and something relatively new with the Sacrileges and the Balgorn, something you definitely haven't seen last year.
Sacrileges, you don't see them in a year.
So one thing I'll never really understand is why not bring something like a Devoter instead of a Sacrilege, even though it's a point more. Or bring Hicks, you can get a 37-kilometer scram. And the same amount of damage with better tank.
It's a good question. The Sacrileges can have quite a lot of tank. They're of course immune to nits pretty much. They've got damage type you can pick, but they're overall not the strongest tournament ships by a good margin actually. So it's interesting that they're picked here.
Yeah. Sorry, I zoned out a little bit then.
But in general, heavy assault cruisers are kind of in this niche, right? You see very little heavy assault cruisers on the field.
Yeah.
You do sometimes see Cerberus as kind of the only thing that really makes it in.
We had a setup, AT-12, that had a lot of heavy assault missiles. I think it was double damnation, double sacrilege, and the double sacrilege that was it wasn't particularly successful, but it was quite a lot of fun. I like sacrileges. They're cool.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you have the famous teams known for bringing a lot of heavy assault cruisers, zealots, such as Beam Zealots and Armored Tanking Vagabonds.
Yeah, I think it's good shout. Yeah.
So looking in that regard, Sacrileges are probably a very good choice compared to Beam Zealots and Armor Vagabond.
Yeah, I mean the local tank, the tank on the Sacrilege is great. Actually, I think it kind of makes it viable as a kind of a deep tackler. Really, something that can get on top of a Logi and really screw with it.
So we're already seeing the screen just blow right past each other in this match initially. Seeing kind of a localized brawl as they're all converging on top of each other.
Definitely, this is just I was going to say it's a straight trade, but certainly Brave not being as aggressive and letting COF kind of come to them a little bit, and COF have driven right into the middle of Brave. I'm just trying to have a look at what they're primaring, but I haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah, they're trying to primary one of the Brave bombers. It's Beltot, and the Purifier is about half armor, and meanwhile COF is going to be... Oh, the Purifier for Brave is already dropped. They're moving on to the second Purifier. It's really good target calling there. Purifier is not having a lot of tank and putting out a good amount of damage to battleships. So Brave has lost 2 Purifiers for nothing so far, and COF has only a Spiteful that's tanking just fine.
Yeah. COF doing pretty well here actually. We almost lost our opening match last year to a polarized bomber that, after we run through EFT, did something like 800 DPS. It basically did most of the damage. Ooh, that guy there. Did that Hecate just boundary? He got pretty close. So yeah, taking out bombers early, if you've got a Confessor or Sweeple free to go and do that, I'd definitely recommend it. Sweeple of Steven taking quite a lot of damage now, but he's still tanking, and the crew of John Lee Wang taking damage, so they're trying to kill each other's tackle ships, it looks like. No, I can't see the big stuff taking damage yet.
So what happened is the Hecate just overshot its target entirely, and without the damage of the Hecate, that's 400 damage roughly that the Cruor isn't tanking, so they really need to bring all their damage to bear if they want to break through the 4-slot low tank of Cruor.
Yeah, definitely. Why don't we see more Hecates on grid? Like with Sweeples and Confessors being so popular, why do we have?
Because they're really bad.
They're just not. They're not good. You have to.
Yeah.
It's because they've got local. Their tank is local focus.
Several reasons. One of the other big reasons is that the speed bonus is on the prop mod and not on the actual ship, like with the Confessor and the Zwipple. So the Confessor and Zwipple are both twice as fast if they're scrambled or webbed.
Yeah, Brave just catching another nemesis here.
Yeah, speaking of Spiples, they've just burned past and they've got Coke Dog, so the nemesis is a little bit slow, but he wasn't even propping when he was getting caught by the Spiples, so
yeah, they just
he'll just get caught out.
If that's a demonstration of where the Sweeple actually breaks as it comes in and goes 0 speed and doesn't overshoot, they would have killed him about 10 seconds quicker. And if you can actually pull off that kind of piloting, it makes a huge amount of difference in these kind of batches. Looks like the Aneros of Yukio Kami from Brave is taking a lot of damage, and it doesn't look like he's going to be on grid for much longer. He is very, very tackled by all these sacrileges and Sweeples, and there's I believe the Astar is on top of him as well. So he's getting absolutely monstered, and that's going to be really, really bad for Brave when he dies.
We only see the second one is just kind of chilling in space doing nothing, and the Oneros needs that second set of bots if he's going to stem the blood flow.
Yeah, there he goes.
Not going to happen. He's going to pop here.
Yeah. I think that was a mistake on Brave's part not to just trade Lodges there. They went for the Balgorn of Derrickol on COF's time, and the Balgorn's tanking just fine. Well, I mean, he's taking a lot of damage, but he's in 60% armor, and the Neros of Winter, who is taking pressure now because he's been tackled by Sweeple and Typhoon Fleet issue. But because they split their focus, they allowed their Neros to die really fast, and I think that's just going to snowball into a victory for COF here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Brave just lost a Cruor about 30 seconds ago, and they're going to be losing the Confessor shortly. They're just going to snowball that, like you said, and just clear out the support wing and then kill the Typhoons.
I have a match you might want to see.
Yes, go on. This is pretty much
at Adelice, I currently have a Balgorn and a Vindicator on one side at 0, and 2 Balgorns on the other side at 0.
Yes, I do want to come and see that. So I think... Oh, actually, I don't know. I kind of feel like I should give... if you guys want to let me know when that starts, I'll walk over. But
yes, absolutely.
The Aneros is actually tackled and dying on the COF side, so I want to give Brave a few more seconds to try and pull this out of the bag. I've already written it off, but they've got a Typhoon Fleet issue alive still.
Brave lost one of their Typhoon Fleet issues shortly. They just killed a COF Swiple though, and he's being neuted. He can't sustain the remote reps, and that local tank might shut down in a second here. So they might somehow bring this back, but it'd be a huge ask.
Okay, match is starting over here.
I mean, both sides have got a command ship and a battleship left, and but I think what's going to tip it in COS's favour is the double sacrilege. Without the
2 sacrileges is just too much.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, we will quickly. I'm going to quickly walk to you, Hoodie. So, if anyone wants to hang back here, just for sure tell me who wins this.
I'll stay.
Cool. Thanks, Hoodie. Just I kind of feel like I'd feel bad for Brave if they kind of somehow pulled it out of the bag there, and I didn't name check them for it. So,